Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Grant Success Channel, where we help you find and apply for grants to fund your dreams and projects. If you're ready to unlock funding opportunities that could transform your small business or organization, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help more people discover these amazing opportunities. And stick around until the end, where I'll share how you can simplify your tax preparation with my professional tax software. So let's dive in. So, first up, we have the Emergency Disaster Response Fund, Community Foundation of Western North Carolina. Our first grant is a powerful response to natural disasters. The Emergency Disaster Response Fund from the Community Foundation of Western North Carolina. This grant is specifically for organizations supporting those affected by Hurricane Helene. If you're part of a nonprofit on the front lines, you could receive funding to help your community rebuild. Here's the breakdown. Grants up to $25,000 are available for nonprofits providing critical human services. Grants up to $50,000 are offered for organizations with direct facility damage or addressing the hurricane's broader effects like repair and remediation. What's unique about this grant? It's awarded on a rolling basis, which means applications are reviewed as they come in and funds are dispersed quickly to address immediate needs. Don't wait. If your organization is eligible, this could be your lifeline to make a difference. Now, let's dive in and check it out. So then again, this is going to be the Emergency and Disaster Response Fund. It has two grants that are intended to cover the extraordinary cost of providing emergency relief or recovery services for eligible organizations affected by the storm. Deadlines and dates. Nonprofits will use a simple, expedited process to access funds with grants considered and awarded on a rolling basis. Organizations can submit only one request for funding at a time, and organizations that previously received an EDRF grant for Hurricane Helene frontline services but have sustained direct facility damage or are assisting others with repair and remediation may submit a second application for up to $50,000. And the eligibility for this grant must be a community-based nonprofit designated by the IRS as a 501c3, a faith-based organization, or a public agency serving the following counties and areas in Western North Carolina. Those areas are Avery, Buncombe, Burke, Cherokee, Clay, Graham, Haywood, Henderson, Jackson, Macon, Madison, McDowell, Mitchell, Polk, Rutherford, Swain, Transylvania, and Yancey counties, including the Qualla boundary. And you must be addressing one of CFWNC's 4 focus areas. And those areas are education, cultural resources, human services, and natural resources. Preference will be given to organizations that have been previously funded by CFWNC or that are working with established WNC organizations with a history of providing services in Western North Carolina. How to apply? You can access the application online. And here they recommend that all new applicants review the applicant tutorial videos. So for this particular grant, you have to register. And once you register, by clicking the word apply at the top of the page, then apply in blue to the far right of the appropriate grant program. Here is an informational session on the grants directory. So here you have to, again, like I said, you'll have to register first. And once you put in your email and password, you'll create an account. And once you create an account, you'll be able to access the application for this particular grant. And we're not going to go into the actual application right now, just to make sure that if you do have any questions about this or any grant, please let me know in the comments and I'll be more than happy to help out. Next up, we have the Thomas H. White Fund, a fantastic opportunity for nonprofits located in, I think the word is Cuyahoga County, Ohio, specifically serving residents of Cleveland. Now, this grant focuses on 3 key areas. It's early childhood enrichment, educational success, and workforce readiness. Let's take a look. The grant awards range from $10,000 to $25,000, and the application deadline is December 1st. This is a competitive grant, so make sure your proposal clearly outlines how your program addresses one of these critical areas. If you're in Cleveland and your mission aligns with these priorities, this is your chance to secure funding for your impactful work. And let's take a look at the information here. So to apply, all applications must be submitted online. So you're going to check your eligibility first, and your organization must be tax exempt, 501c3. You must be located in Cuyahoga County. I think I'm saying that word right, I'm not sure. But this is in city of Cleveland, serving the residents of the city of Cleveland. And you have submitted an interim or final report on any previous grants before a new request can be considered. And then step 2, you'll need to check your application questions and your attachment checklist. These are the eligibility requirements to make sure that you're actually eligible for this grant. They're going to ask you questions here about your eligibility. There are some more questions. Has it been at least 1 year since your organization last received a grant award? That needs to be yes, because if it's no, then you're ineligible. Again, there are other questions here that they'll be asking you as well. The staff information. In a brief paragraph, describe your staff, programs, and services without repeating the information in the organization background field above. List the organization's programs, your current operating budget. And here it says, please briefly describe your project or program in 10 words or less. And then the application goes on to ask other questions like your project description. Here you're going to summarize the problem or issue to be addressed or need for the program in the community. This is asking you about fiscal year for data. Please provide the end date of the fiscal year and the total number of clients served. This is going to be by percentages with the total number of groups. This is asking you about your goals and objectives. List the goals and objectives for the program or project. What do you hope to achieve? Best practices. This question is the Thomas H. White Foundation is interested in supporting organizations that implement best practices, or evidence-based programming. If your program or project fits this criteria, please explain or provide information to demonstrate. And remember, those programs were early childhood enrichment, educational success, and workforce readiness. And that is it for this application. This is a pretty lengthy application. If you have any questions or need any help on this application, please leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to help you with this or any of the grants that we have in this video or any other videos that you need help with. Next up, we have the International Trans Fund. The International Trans Fund, which is dedicated to supporting the trans community and building a strong trans-led movement worldwide. There are two grant types available. There are the seed grant for organizations not previously funded by ITF, offering $10,000 to $25,000 in general or project support. And then secondly, you have the Thrive grant, and that's for organizations previously funded by ITF in good standing. And that one is offering $25,000 to $50,000. Here's an important note though. Once you start an application, you can't switch grant types. So make sure you choose the right one and carefully read the application guidelines before you begin. The deadline is December 2nd, 2024 at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't delay for this particular grant. Let's look at it a little bit further in. So the eligibility criteria is going to be trans-led. That means that trans people are in decision-making roles. Trans people make up 75% of the group's staff. You must have an operating budget under $100,000. And this must be a group of people, not an individual. And the main focus of work is to benefit the trans community. And you must contribute to the movement building, not just providing direct services. Priorities are given to fund a diverse collection of groups, inclusive of various identities, strategies, and issues, languages, and regions. Priorities are given to trans communities facing greater levels of marginalization. And then also given priority are, support trans-led organizations who work intersectionally and whose work contributes to social and economic justice. And here's a list of what we do not fund, and organizations that are not led by trans people. So just read over this list to make sure that you are eligible for this particular grant. Now, to apply for the grant, again, there are two of them. Please make a decision on which one you're going to apply for. You can't, go back and forth. Just make sure to pick one. And for this particular one, you have to register for the grant first. So you have to create a profile. And then you're going to register here because you're new. And once you register, you'll be able to apply for the grant. And right now we're not going to go into that. But again, with all of the grants in this video or any other videos, if you have any questions or if you need help applying for any of these grants, leave me a comment in the comment section. And I'll be more than happy to help you with any of the grants. And last on the grants list, we have the Real Estate Gap Financing Grant Program. It's a $10 million pilot program for New Jersey residents. If you're working on real estate development projects in distressed areas impacted by COVID-19, this grant could provide the funding you need to make it happen. Here's what you need to know. So let's go into it. Grants range from $500,000 to $5 million. The grant covers costs like construction, equipment, materials, labor, permits, and other project-related expense. This grant does not cover land or property acquisition costs. The application deadline for the grant is January 8th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get started on your proposal now to ensure you don't miss out. Let's take a look at it a little bit further here. So the minimum grant request is going to be $500,000 and the maximum grant request is $5 million. For eligibility, applicants are for-profit or nonprofit entities. Ineligible applicants are any city, state, or county entity, and any state colleges or universities are not eligible to apply for this program funding. Again, for this particular grant, projects that have started construction are not eligible. Construction, including demolition and remediation, cannot start until EDA's approval of the application. All projects will be subject to compliance with New Jersey prevailing wage law and the Public Works Contractor Registration Act. Let's look at the sample application for this grant. So the eligibility for this grant, the following types of real estate projects: new construction and or substantial rehabilitation as defined below, which are located in distressed municipalities as defined below, are eligible and will be considered for real estate gap financing grants. So you got commercial, mixed use, nonprofit, community use projects, not government owned, cultural or performing arts, and manufacturing or industrial. Ineligible project types: warehouse, government type buildings. And here is a sample of the registration where you're going to have to register first. And this page is going to go over how to register and what to look for within the application for this grant. So this is the registration part of the grant where you're going to have to go in and put in your email address, your username, and password. It's going to ask you to redeem an invitation code that they're going to send you. You have to set up your applicant profile, confirm your email, and when you get to the application page, you're going to choose real estate gap financing. And this is the start of the application. They're asking for the primary point of contact. This is an extensive application here for the New Jersey Real Estate Gap Grant. If you have a consultant, this is where the consultant information will be put in, any media contacts you have. This is asking you about cannabis. It's a cannabis questionnaire. And it says that New Jersey state law prohibits certain cannabis licensees and certified personal use cannabis handlers from receiving or continuing to receive most financial incentive awards. And it's asking you about your project overview. This is looking like a pretty extensive application. So for this grant or any of the grant applications that you need help with, leave a comment in the comment section. I'll help you go through the entire process. This is a pretty extensive application process. But you kind of make, you want to make that effort and apply. This is a pretty big grant. I mean, it's up to $5 million. So these are some incredible funding opportunities that can make a huge difference for your organization or business. And remember, grants like these require strong proposals and timely applications. So don't wait to get started. If you need extra help, be sure you comment your concerns in the comment section to make the process easier. And before you go, let me plug one more tool to simplify your life. My professional tax software. It's designed to make tax preparation a breeze. Whether you're a small business owner or a tax professional wanting to upgrade or purchase new tax software, this is the time. We're going into the tax season. Learn more about it by clicking the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might benefit from these grants. Comment below and let me know which grant you're most excited to apply for. Until next time, keep chasing those funding opportunities.